Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm being called to check in on the divine masculine. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling the Crow Oracle. But as I've been sort of feeling into this energy, there's this sort of karmic habit, this susceptibility to flattery that the masculine has been struggling with. Eh, The masculine can be often associated with ego. However, there's something suspicious that the masculine's starting to feel into, and they're kind of dismissing it right now. But I want to kind of check in to see what could be going on, especially if you have been registering this on your end at the base before I go. The card of wrath. Okay, so masculine's getting really fucking annoyed. It's sort of like at first they loved the flattery, they loved the compliments, they loved feeling wanted, and the flattery and compliments, it was almost like a currency for them. I find this interesting. We do have the card of survival. They've actually withdrawn themselves. I found that the masculine energy, they're kind of withdrawing themselves, even if there's if this fox was complimenting this crow, the fox is like, oh my goodness, you seem like a very nice crow. And underneath here, the masculine's hiding, going, that's great, thanks, cool, whatever, all right, fine, that's good. Okay, so we got the card of ghosts. Warning. Ooh, okay. Freedom. Yes. Preparation. Whoa. There's a lot of disturbances going on in my sacral chakra right now. I actually feel extremely unsettled in this energy. Well, I'm kind of tempted to grab the erotic tarot. This actually isn't a very sexualized reading, although, oh, it's sort of that flattery to get in your pants, to get your money, to get something out of it. Something is becoming a little bit more obvious to the divine masculine, where they are starting to notice how maybe it's a repeat cycle, or even they're starting to see the warning signs. Like we'll dive into this in a second as I'm trying to just sort of get sort of the subject, the subject head of the email that is this particular download, because it's going to be pushing the masculine to start seeking out proper, what's the word? Yeah, they're oh, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just dive in. If we haven't met yet, my name is High Priestess Berry, psychic medium and divine channeler, hoping, wow, to bring you a message. Now, always remember, my messages are candid, unscripted, but they're also timeless, so please tap into your instincts, listen to your intuition. If there is anything that I talk about that doesn't make any sense, totally fine. Do not worry about it. This message may not be for you, but if it does resonate, please let me know by liking and sharing your experience in the comments below. Yeah, masculine's really stuck in the past about something, and but they're revisiting their past as well. They're starting to see something in hindsight. It's giving them a little bit more freedom to start seeking out their own sense of independence, but they are nowhere close to being independent. A lot of these masculines have lost out on things within their physical reality, and many of them have to start on a journey of just preparing for where it is they want to go. But if masculine doesn't know what they want, they are going to continue to be stuck. Wow. And my throat chakra really wants to give out. I don't know what it is about the divine masculine's energy as of late. When I go to channel, I lose my voice all of the time. Voice loss brought to you in part by coffee. But masculine feels very unsettled, hyperactive. They're genuinely skipping over their emotions, because it is one of these things where they're remembering stuff from the past. They're starting to realize these patterns, and if somebody compliments them, they're like, oh, thanks, and then they kind of take a step back, like, oh shit, you just want something from me. They're starting to realize that the people around them, they're not authentic, they're not genuine. They're just doing it to siphon from the masculine. So we do have the King of Pentacles, and this is the King of Pentacles that has overgiven. And in some ways, like, they become so accustomed to, oh, yeah, they've trained the people around them that this is an okay behavior. And I really feel like the masculine, and this is a very deep level thing. If you're observing your masculine, maybe you're talking to them. or maybe not talking to them. Wow. This is very, very hidden. This is something that they barely want you to see, but they're so desperate to have at least one person see what it is that they're going through because they're calling out for help. But if 99% of them is ego, the 1% is them calling from soul. So there's a thing in here, don't get your hopes up. This person has a lot of work that they need to do in order to get out of whatever funk that they are in, but they are starting to feel how people around them are not genuine, and the masculine taught them to be that way. After I go to cut, we do have the star, and this is the jellyfish. Well, there's a lot of opportunity. There's defensiveness. And in some ways, the masculine does not feel like they are able to magnetize what they really want into their life. They have no direction at this point. They crave freedom. They know they got to do something about it, but they only know one way how to operate, and it's no longer satiating. Let's see. What the fuck do they think, is going on? 8 of Wands. They're all over the place. Some of them may have been traveling. Others of them have probably had a traveling situation that has gone terribly sour, I'm hearing. What the fuck is actually going on? Page of Pentacles. This masculine is being put into a position where they have to start thinking way more about what they want out of life. But this is page energy. They don't even know where to begin. Many of these masculines, they never really matured past being a child. It's sort of like they hit ages 12 or 13, but they never learned how to grow up past that. And it's sort of as though they were caught up with inadequacies. They were caught up never feeling good enough. This is an old parental wound that has been coming up to the surface, and they've just kept looping over and over and over again. In some cases, this might just be one masculine, but they lost somebody when they were a kid. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel sudden sadness when I tuned into that. What are the feelings towards their karmic? They feel uncertain and they're kind of stuck. They know they're stuck with what they've got. They know they're stuck with this karmic for a very long time. They're still sort of convincing themselves that this is the best thing for them. And it's suddenly like my nose wants to drip. Like there's a lot of these scattered emotions. This person's very fractured. They're way too involved in everybody else's energy. They don't even know who it is that they are, that they feel kind of stuck and content in their situation. What are their feelings towards the feminine? Oh man, there's this rekindling of love and they're not happy about it. They have emotions towards you and they can't admit it at this time. And what is it that the divine feminine needs to know? 9 of Swords. I'm hearing right off the bat, this 9 of Swords, this isn't you. This isn't your energy. If you are struggling with insomnia, first of all, take care of yourself. A lot of things I talk about on this channel is self-care, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, falling in love with who it is that you truly are. Because in order to get to the path of purpose, in order to overcome trauma and abuse and narcissistic dynamics, these energies, uh, I want to say demonic because it really is quite evil when people use us and abuse us. They only have a hold on us because they know how to feed off of our inadequacies. So it's going to be very important at this time. I will start clarifying here in a second. I'm actually kind of curious about this 8 of Wands. But if you're struggling with sleep, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Like find ways to get a little extra rest, find ways to make sure that your sleep sleep hygiene is coming to mind. In some ways, learning how to wind down your day more thoughtfully, especially when it comes to your evening care routines. There's something about really indulging in that, especially for a few of you. I know you struggle with, wanting to take care of yourself and winding yourself down. And there's a little bit of this resentment towards it. First of all, it's acknowledge the emotion because you're still learning how to feel your own emotionality because you've had so many people project onto you. And if you're on Patreon, I do recommend checking out Heal the Fractured Aura Reiki meditation, because that will help you remove external energies and be able to help you identify and remove how people have projected onto you. So that's going to be very important for the Patreon members. But what's up with this Eight of Wands right here? I can't say it. I don't know why. I can't say it. Like, it's. I'm hearing this sort of thing with the masculines. Like, I don't know what to say to you anymore. I really feel like this is the masculine doesn't know what to say to their feminine. Like, that part is obvious, but something about your crazy ass dynamic is starting to manifest with their karmic feminine. It's sort of like they tried to rekindle something on a trip. They've tried to relive the good old days. And it's sort of like something that happened between you and the masculine, a warning sign, has now started to show up with the karmic feminine. And this will, I think, resonate most with those of you who warned you about this karmic feminine. It's like, hey, look, don't you realize that this is the same kind of person you're always attracted to? Hey, don't you realize that you're just going to get annoyed with them after a while? It's that kind of feeling, and I'm suddenly feeling drowned in my chest. So this masculine, their heart chakra is completely shut off, but as divine feminine has been getting her heart chakra into proper flow, it's choked off a source of siphoned energy from the masculine, and now they're trying to get it from the karmic. I'm hearing allow it. Oh, father, the father of truth, the father of swords, along with the fool. Ooh, karmic feminine? Disregard any feelings you could have towards this karmic feminine. It's like they called out the masculine in the exact same way that you called them out. I don't really feel like this karmic is high vibrational, not in the slightest, but they've started calling out the masculine about some kind of bullshit. What's up with this Page of Pentacles? What's actually going on? I feel like the karmic feminine has accused the masculine of being a child, not growing up. Pointed out how the masculine is behaving like a child, behaving like a kid. Because now that the masculine has been trying to siphon from their karmic, the karmic is like, whoa, like in some ways, this is interesting. The karmic is actually starting to heal and starting to grow up, and they're starting to see the masculine the same way that you did. Like, there's some kind of weird energetic alliance. This person is not your friend whatsoever, but I really feel like you both actually have some sympathy, because it's not just you, divine feminine, who's seen the bullshit of masculine. The karmic is starting to realize, oh, wait, shit. Maybe the divine feminine did have a good point, because you've been vilified in this particular dynamic. Page of Pentacles, just hanging around, afraid of justice. This masculine knows that they have to come clean about something. They know they have to balance something out. They have a huge karmic debt. Like, this could manifest as like literal debt, getting in trouble with taxes, getting in trouble with the law. But in some cases, some of these masculines, they've never done anything illegal, but what they've done is skirted around and basically behaved abusively in such a way that they can't get in trouble with the law. As long as it's legal, it's not bad. That's some real deep, heinous bullshit that the masculine has talked themselves into. Wheel of Fortune. Five of Wands. Like, this masculine stuck. So the universe is not allowing this wheel to spin. Anytime the masculine tries to either get away from this karmic, try to enter in a third party, try to bullshit this karmic, bullshit you, the universe is like, nope, play again. Nope, play again. Nope, please play again. In some cases, this is a gambling addiction. So, like, some of these masculines, they've been dealing with addiction issues, gambling, sex addiction, substance abuse, or even just working too hard. And the universe is like, no, like, you're stuck being a kid until you grow up. And they're doing everything that they can to avoid the actual solution to their problems. So, what are their feelings towards the karmic at this time? Because they do have the Eight of Swords, and this is the mole. But the mole is blind, and the moles have to use sort of their sense of sound and sight to navigate around them. And here's the thing, like, this mole is surrounded by swords, but it doesn't know that. It's as though the swords are imaginary, and it's as though they're just content with sticking around with the karmic, mostly because they don't think that they could get out of this. They've it's like they've created a contract with this person. Maybe they've co-signed on something. This is somebody that they decided to put their karmic on the mortgage, or they decided to co-sign a lease for a car, or just even publicly declaring that they're totally together and they're totally perfect for each other. Like, oh my God, we're just totally like right for each other. Like, I suddenly, my inner Valley girl wants to get a little bit sassy about what's going on. But at the base, yeah, Eight of Pentacles, seven, not seven, not seven. Wow, not seven, not seven, not seven. Weird. Denial, 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 denial. This masculine is trying so hard to manipulate the energy. It's really fucking with my throat chakra. So bear that in mind. Like, if you've been in contact with this masculine and they're confusing the shit out of you and you find yourself confused, you're being guided to really detach from this person, really disconnect from them. Their energy is so manipulative, it's confusing you. And the way that you operate from your feminine energy, feminines tend to try to feel things in the first person in order to have the greatest form of empathy. But this masculine is under such a manipulative spell. First of all, they don't even know who they are as an individual. They think that they're being themselves. That's part of the illusion. Some cases, these masculines are actually dealing with some genuine mental illness. And I'm hearing your guides say, you do not want to be messing with this. They're weaving together this narrative and they're working themselves silly, I'm hearing. Like, again, the heart chakra feels very blocked off. I feel out of breath. I feel as though there's a weight upon my chest, and it's almost like a fear of drowning. Like fear of drowning in emotions. So what do we have here? Oh wow. Eight of Wands, Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands. Get one more. Six of Wands. This is interesting. Yeah, this is sort of like the masculine is beginning to realize that the karmic feminine is noticing their problems, their inadequacies. In some cases, the karmic is being abusive towards the masculine. It's like, if you want some smug satisfaction out of this, the masculine's actually getting their karma with the karmic. Because in some cases, well, you and this karmic actually are seeing eye to eye on what it is that the masculine is going through. This karmic is being an absolute heinous bitch. They were being bullyish, rude, because they finally found the secret sauce to control the masculine. When people, it's sort of an abusive dynamic, and even like the evil character within a movie, they will try to find the greatest weakness of the person and then they use it against them. This is like classic narcissistic behavior. So something about the karmic, they're becoming their worst narcissistic self around the masculine. And it's as though masculine's trying to renew their contract with the feminine because they've been found out. And when I say found out, it's just that, oh yeah, I do have a soul. Oh yeah, I do have a tender spot, but this karmic feminine is now using it to manipulate the masculine. Like I'm kind of upset, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, that's exactly what it is that would happen. You warned them about this karmic feminine, and now the karmic feminine is winning in terms of seeing the masculine at their weakest points. And now that they've seen it, they basically have turned masculine into a puppet. Like, this is really disheartening, but where's this Page of Cups? Like, remember I was saying earlier, it's sort of like their 99% ego to 1% about their divine feminine. Well, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you should do about this. This masculine needs to go through this in order to learn a lesson, whether if they figured out in this lifetime or the next lifetime, that's kind of up to them to be released on their journey. But for you, like, that 1%, the karmic will never touch. The karmic resents it because they know deep down inside that you are their everything. This karmic knows that masculine does have love and feelings for you, and they'll do whatever it takes to make sure that this masculine can't access you, can't access you physically, can't access you on the interdimensional realms. This is a very controlling dynamic. Yeah, there we go. I think that's what showed up over here. So this is confirmational. This karmic feminine wants nothing more than to make sure that you and your masculine constantly stay in physical separation. Yeah, Empress, Two of Swords, Ten of Cups. Yep. So this is kind of talking about how the karmic is manipulating the masculine right now. The masculine has so much love for you. There is love for you. And we can come up with all the bullshit as to why they've chosen to be with a toxic person. Some of you have some ideas, others of you don't give a flying fuck. I get it. But it's causing a lot of indecision, and the karmic is constantly reminding the masculine, hey, you said that the Empress is like this. Hey, you said divine feminine is like that. Don't you remember what you said? Yeah, it was great for you for a while. It's as though that the karmic is making sure that the lie that masculine told themselves about you is constantly established. I think that's why this Nine of Swords is showing up, and why it's going to be so important to keep your energy clear. Just focus on yourself. Like, be indulgent. Just delight in taking care of yourself. Go to the spa. Take a nap. Eat some nourishing, tasty food. There's something about you just doing you, working on things that empower you, that make you feel good. It's helping you disconnect your energy from masculine, because masculine needs an incentive to leave this situation, because they've made their karmic feminine everything, and they fucked up so bad that they will not be able to get the freedom that they desire until they're ready to grow up. And some of these masculines, they're not willing to admit that they've been abusive. They're not willing to admit they're narcissistic. They're not willing to admit that they are controlling. In some ways, as long as the karmic feminine is controlling them, they can be the victim here. They want to be the victim, because victims get sympathy, but abusers get chided. Does this make any sense? This kind of mentality that this masculine has? Ten of Pentacles, Daughter of Swords. They're playing small, because if they actually grew a pair, even if it's a pair of lady balls, oh, it's sort of like they're content with something that's not long term. This looks long term, but it's not actually long term. Like this masculine, if they had intergenerational wealth, the wealth will die with them. They will squander everything. This, at the current trajectory that this masculine is going, they've decided they're going to work until they die. And it's because this karmic feminine has convinced them that that's the sort of life that they're going to have anyways. And the societal energies are definitely not helping. What do you have here? You have Four of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. This is more guidance for you, divine feminine. Like rest. Your intuition has been completely assaulted because of the situation, and the more disconnected you are from even remotely entertaining this is going to be your saving grace. It's time for you to start working on where it is you want to be generous. And if you want to devote all of your energy into yourself at this time, if that's what you feel called to do, then do so. Like, make sure you are maintaining balance. Like, making sure you're taking care of the house, making sure you're taking care of your physical well-being, taking care of your pets, your children. There's something about just taking time and taking it easy in the 3D, just kind of keeping things balanced, making sure that you are getting adequate rest. In some ways, you chilling out, like this is a very cold energy. Being cold within your energy is actually going to be one of the kindest things that you can do, because this masculine, they're getting burned. And when you're burned from heat, it is important to add a little bit of gentle coolness to the touch. But emotions are fraught right now, and this masculine's all over the place. Don't entertain this energy. Don't go seeking them out. Don't even think that you're the right person to help them out. This masculine needs to go on a journey to figure out how much do they want personal freedom and what costs they're willing to pay, because they're not ready to pay the fines to the universe in order to get out of this situation. Wow. Okay, let's get one final message for you, Divine Feminine, just to give you a little bit of context, guidance, or just sort of like to give you a heads up of what's next on your journeys. There's the Seven of Swords, the one I kept flubbing back and forth. Seven of Swords, Queen of Wands. There's that Six of Pentacles, along with the Five of Cups. Yeah. It's time for you to get out of the habit of being devoted to other external energies. Like, you're actually going through a massive upgrade. You've done so much work for yourself, and I want to really congratulate you. You've had a habit of over devoting yourself to external energies, and for the sake of being a servant, for the sake of being kind, for the sake of your own sense of survival and foundation. The universe is using this timeline to really help push you into a sense of service to yourself. Because when you're energized, when you're focused on yourself, that's where you get the epiphanies. That's where you gain the wisdom. It's time for you to get out of the habit of looking for wisdom outside of yourself. Calm down, take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your soul and your well-being. The answers lie from within. I'm just saying, wow. Gonna need another nap after this one. Well, I hope you found this helpful. And like I said earlier, we have an amazing community that is growing on Patreon. I have some lovely healing meditations on there that will able to help you reconnect yourself to your higher self, heal your aura. And there's tons of other creative videos on there that I think you might find very helpful. So make sure you join on there. If you need to book a private reading, I do have details for that in the description. Otherwise, like, follow if you want to continue to have support. And until I see you at the next one, I'm wishing you peace, love, and all the berries.